So one of the byproducts of being a YouTube review man is that when your videos start doing well, people start asking you to make videos on their stuff. And you know, I'm a quaint little lad. I only have 1,000 subscribers. But that didn't stop this little indie company from reaching out to me to play their Doom WOD. Yeah, this is Project E.N.T.R.Y. So 3 months ago at this point, a guy named Corny emailed me. I'm not sure how he got my email though. It was just an email asking me to take a look at his WOD that his indie studio had made. Retrospectively looking at this, I feel really bad because I didn't actually open the email until a month later, and by the time that I actually read the email, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and I definitely wasn't setting that game down to play Doom. So here I am, 3 months later, with my life expectancy 14 years shorter, bearing a review of probably the hardest Doom WOD I've ever played. In our initial conversations, Corny never mentioned anything about this WOD being as hard as it is. And when I messaged him on Discord, I asked him the difficulty, and he said maybe an 8 or 9, but lower difficulty should be fine. He lied. On a scale of 1 to 10, this WOD is probably a fucking 50. However, there are several redeeming graces with this WOD, included but not limited to an awesome soundtrack. That's some really metal stuff, is it not? So from what I've gathered, VOIDsoft, the studio that made this WOD, is just a bunch of friends that have been working on it periodically for the last 2 years. And it started off as a TNT-inspired map set. Out of all the original Doom expansions, you picked TNT to be your inspiration? This is only episode 1 of this project, and episode 2 is currently in development and about 25% through. And Corny says they could possibly have a 2023 release date. Anyhow, let's start this show. I ended up playing this on the Doom Slays Me, which I think is the equivalent to one below Ultraviolence. It doesn't really matter though, because this mod is still hard and I died on the first level. That's crazy because I remember dying there. The first level is radio static. You start out with a pistol, but pretty soon you get akimbo pistols. I thought this would be a similar situation to Dusk where the akimbo pistols would always be useful throughout the whole game. However, I was sadly mistaken because upon the acquisition of a new weapon, you can basically kiss these pistols goodbye. They're the same inaccurate pieces of shit from the original Doom. Nothing special. There's a secret right here. It's kind of hard to miss. When you see a cluster of explosive barrels, you probably want to shoot it. Especially in this mod because usually it reveals a secret. After you grab that secret, you can go through this door and you're led to one of the first of many of what I like to call oh shit moments. Oh shit. Looking back at this first oh shit moment, it's kinda cute of what I used to think was scary in a Doom mod. After that, you're led to this pretty open area. You gotta hit some switches to raise some platforms, kill a lot of demons. It's really cool. Oh yeah, by the way, there's Hell Knights on the first level. There's a chain gun here, pick it up, you're not going to want to miss it. As always, it's the best way to dispose of low-level enemies in a quick fashion, so that you can then use your bigger munitions on bigger enemies. That need is actually heightened exponentially in this mod, due to there being so many high-level fucking enemies concentrated in one spot in every level, basically at any given moment. I genuinely think that there's more Revenants and Mancubus than there are shotgunners in this mod. The rest is pretty standard fare. You kill a few more demons and the level ends. At the end of every level, you get a little bit of an exposition dump. I'm not really going to go over the storyline here because I'm here for the gameplay and not really the story. From what I can tell, you're not Doom Guy, you're some other random space marine from a task force called Extermination of Non-Human Threats and Ravenous Yielding. And similar to the Doom Slayer, you're just really angry and trying to avenge your friends while pushing back what you think is the alien onslaught, but actually turns out to be demons. Oh, come on. Highway Through Hell or level 2 is a bitch. It's really the start of oh shit moments. You see, this WOD is really vertical, and that's something that I didn't know going into it, so I had free aim turned off. However, I have since confirmed with the creator of the mod himself that free aim is supposed to be turned on with this mod. You can probably imagine the rage that I felt trying to aim at enemies that were 30 feet above me that I couldn't see. Oh, do you like tight corridors with revenants and chain gunners? Get used to it, it's a feature. Or how about this room with 2 shotgunners, and then when you walk over to the door... Yeah, it's a feature. Hey, I finally killed all those Hell Knights, and okay, yep, now there's a Baron of Hell. Fuck you. Shotgunning a Baron of Hell isn't that bad, but when you're in a tight space, it kind of sucks. This isn't even the peak of dickery in this level. You see, when you take this lift... That's 5 Hell Knights, a Nightmare Revenant, 2 Lost Souls that can disappear and teleport, and a Nightmare Imp. All before I've been given a rocket launcher. All I have is a shotgun, a Kimbo pistols, and a chain gun. Lucky for us, you don't actually have to kill all these monsters to open the teleporter. Yeah, that's fine. Look at all those monsters. That's nothing. This is how the exchange is actually supposed to go. You see, it's a lot more manageable when they give you power-ups. Storage facility. Kind of a forgettable map. That doesn't mean it's a bad map by any means. The main reason that is because it's one of the easier maps in this WOD. There is this area in the map that's pretty cool that can really only be described as a storage facility. It's a bunch of boxes piled up onto each other and it acts as a maze. A maze to get killed in. The difficulty of this level comes from this section. Like I said earlier, this mod is really vertical and this map takes full advantage of that. They put a lot of hit scanners in hard to reach places high up, and then throughout they pepper in more higher level enemies like Incubus, Hell Knights, and Arachnotrons. You can find the red keycard that you need to progress at the very top, and that keycard is used to open this really big wall. Some things to know after you open this wall. Demons will spawn behind you. There's chain gunners and a revenant to your left. And up at the very top right, there's 2 Hell Knights. Oh, and there's this little fill below the platform. So if I counted right, there's 2 Mancubus, 2 Arachnotrons, 3 Cacodemons, 2 Hell Knights, and a bunch of hit scanners. But this is all still really manageable. I mean, because as you can see, they're giving me power-ups that give me a lot of health and armor. This trend doesn't stay for very long. Saint Doomed 3. This map is a fucking bitch. So it's the same thing as map 2, just a little bit different. There's a semi-annoying keycard hunting section, but that's par for the course in any Doom WOD. I want to take a moment to talk about cars for a second though. So you know how there's those things on the side of the cars that you can grab when someone's driving? I like to call them oh shit grabbers, because you know when you go oh shit, you grab it. Now recall the aforementioned oh shit moments. This mod introduces a new weapon to Doom that I like to call the oh shit grabber gun. Now, the display that you're being given right now doesn't fully give justice to this gun, because I didn't know how powerful it was when I initially picked it up. I kind of just dismissed it as a stupid weapon because I couldn't hit the Nightmare Imp. I didn't know the purpose of the oh shit grabber gun. This gun is kind of like Blood's napalm launcher. It presumably shoots out jet fuel and sets ablaze to anything in the area, and it does a comical amount of damage whilst doing so. But But even two-shotting a Mancubus isn't doing justice to this gun, because it has an AoE effect so it can hit multiple targets at once. There's another weapon introduced in this level called the rifle. It's quite literally just a hunting rifle. It does a lot of damage for one shot, but it takes forever to reload. And quite honestly, you shouldn't ever use it except for one very specific case scenario. And even in that very specific scenario, it's usually useless. I didn't mention it earlier, but there are some very subtle TNT references in this level. Presumably because that's what this WOD was based off of, or at least inspired by. I can tell you that this mod is 10 times more difficult and interesting compared to anything in TNT. Here's an interesting thing that you can do. You can actually use the TNT to blow up this building. Also, epic fight ensues. Walking through this is a lot of dead bodies. Alright, now it's time to talk about the dumbassery and fuckery of this level. After you acquire the red keycard, you can open this gate and you're in a new section of the city that's seemingly empty. Now, I stupidly picked up all 3 of these power-ups knowing that something was probably going to happen because this is too peaceful for a mod that has been kicking my ass for the past 2 hours. You know, I'm taking my time exploring this section of the map, seeing if I can find any secrets, and I do. I don't really see how finding 2 Mancubus is a secret, but you know, that's cool. A Baron of Hell pops up, I kill him, you know, it's run-of-the-mill stuff. By now though, everything that I picked up has worn off. I find the exit station and it's conspicuously surrounded by munitions and health pickups. Demon Swarm 19,000, what does that mean? Oh, that's what that means. I am now regretting picking up all of those power-ups. Maybe the old shit grabber gun can get me out of this situation. No, it cannot. After a while, I finally devised a plan to just go around back to the secret that I had found earlier and try to wait things out and pick off demons as they came to me. But even a plan as seemingly foolproof as this was hard to execute due to them spawning more high-level demons inside the secret area. And there was ways for these lost soul clones to get in there, and also lost souls. I know this is a byproduct of my own stupidity, but come on, man, this is fucking insane. The only high-power weapon that I have right now is the rocket launcher, and these are all close quarter battles. I blow myself the fuck up all the time. Would it have been that hard to replace the old shit grabber gun with a plasma rifle? It's genuinely insane how fast your health and armor can be drained from 200 plus in a situation like this, even when using cover. When I got to this part in the WOD, I genuinely contemplated DMing Corny and telling him to fuck himself and deleting the WOD and deleting my channel. This part is just so ball-bustingly insane that it just infuriates me. But hey, apparently that's what they were going for. I found this comment from one of the developers on a Let's Play of Project E.N.T.R.Y. And that was only part 2 of the Let's Play. He didn't even finish the second level. I can only imagine how much better my life would be if I just ignored that email from Corny. I could have been like this guy and just stopped playing the WOD, but no, I was a dipshit and I played the whole thing. Okay, I want to take a step back here for a second. I'm making it sound like the WOD is shit. It's not. It's a great WOD, lots of action, awesome set pieces, awesome soundtrack, lots of love and care was put into this. But this part right here literally was like putting a taser to my nutsack. Scratch that. I probably would have found more joy tasing my ball sack than playing this part as many times as I did. Holy shit, I fucking did it. Level 5 is called Nuclear Plant, and you know, it takes place in a nuclear plant. Like every other goddamn level in this WOD, you're started out in a room full of demons, and after you kill them, this happens. Yeah, these things are called nitro pinkies. There's actually a lot of nitro variants in this WOD. Their whole thing is that they disappear and reappear and they're really fast. And I think they do more damage than the regular variants. Yeah, they definitely do more damage. Other than the ball-bustingly annoying pinky demons, this is a pretty alright level. This map is a bit mancubus heavy, but that's intentional to increase the difficulty of the map. This level is just full of high-octane demon slaying. And that's something that any Doom fan should be able to appreciate. After killing the equivalent of Doom 2's total demon count in one hallway, you'll be led to this room chocked full of hit scanners and imps. After clearing the room, hit this switch. Do it. While the jet fuel launcher isn't as effective as something like the BFG, it still gets the job done. I think now is a good time to talk about the budget berserk. You've probably been seeing me pick it up through this whole playthrough and wondering what it is, and I'm going to explain it right here, right now. They act similar to regular berserks, but instead of filling your health up to 100, they fill your health up to 50. In concept, this is a really good idea for a droppable perk. And honestly, it's kinda mandatory because, I mean, fucking look at this mayhem. But just like the regular berserk, it adds a red tinge to your screen. And there's a lot of dark places in this WOD.
God, I love being able to see what's going on the screen.
I talked to Corny about my problems here, and he said that yeah, he would fix it. So hopefully by the time I get this video out, the mod will be updated, and this problem won't exist anymore. The coolest thing about this level though is the final showdown. Then after you're done with all that hot girl shit, you have to blow up this pipe. It has 10,000 HP. What the hell? Alright, so I want to get this out of the way before I get into this section. I don't dislike the latter half of this WOD. I just find it a lot less consistent than the previous half. Like, I genuinely enjoyed the whole experience, but by level 6, I was just kind of over the whole novelty of, oh, this is a hard mod. Which sucks because setting-wise, level 6 is actually probably my favorite. We find our protagonist has ended up in a UAC Marine base, but because it's Doom, it's been overrun by demons. And we're here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. The flamethrower just feels so overpowered sometimes. Level 6 has this really cool section where you're in the city, and then you have to pull this lever to blow up the buildings. And and then everything is leveled. I really appreciate that about this WOD. There's a lot of moving parts to the levels. While I was talking to Corny, I found that most of the guys over at VOIDsoft like to look at this mod less of as a mod and more like its own game, just set in the Doom universe. And hey, you know what? I can respect that. If people can consider Final Doom its own standalone game from Doom 2, then I can consider this its own game. Like one of those new games that just use GZ Doom as an engine. What I can't respect is this Nitro Arch-Vile. Seriously, who decided to put that in the game? You know what's worse than a Nitro Arch-Vile? An Arch-Vile in an evil room. Retry with the flamethrower. Moments like this are a lot less hard once you die to them one time. There's only like 2 problems with the mod that I found throughout my whole playthrough. One of them is regarding this door that shuts behind you during the trap of the previous section. After fighting the entire population of barons on one bridge, you're supposed to backtrack through the level and you're supposed to come through this room. But this door doesn't open. It's just broken. Corny says that he's going to fix it. In the meantime, I just used no clip to get through the door. You want to see some bullshit? So you have to swim through the acid to get to the other side so you can fight the hover demon, while attempting not to fall in the acid whilst fighting him. Two point-blank shots from the flamethrower and he did not die. I wanted to know how much health this thing had, so I ended up cheating and just throwing rockets at it. And look at this. It just doesn't die. It took like 12 rockets. That wouldn't be such a problem if it wasn't so mobile and it didn't have heat-seeking missiles. Anywho, here's a fight with the Spider Mastermind. I would have loved to use something other than the chain gun for that fight, but by this point in the story, I still hadn't obtained the plasma rifle. Level 7. It takes place in a cave base. Honestly, really cool setting. I hate it. My game was lagging balls in this level. Also this. That definitely wasn't the map's fault, but it still made me mad. There's also this area in the map where it's just a small corridor and an arch vial, and 2 hover demons. Oh wait, no, there's 3. These things only die to rockets and rifle blasts. This was actually what I was referencing earlier, that the rifle only has one use case, and that's taking these things down. Because genuinely, it can kill them in one shot. That's what it's for. But it takes so fucking long to reload that it's not worth doing it if there's more than one hover demon. And after the first encounter, there's always more than one hover demon. We take a rocket ship to leave this level. Level 8 is hands down my least favorite level because of how dark it is, and with the budget berserks being dropped by literally fucking everything, it was always red and I couldn't see shit. And since I don't write down notes for these levels, I genuinely only remember that this level was dark and I didn't like it. Even going back through and watching the gameplay, all I remember is that it was dark. Okay, well, there was this part and it was pretty cool. The moral of the story is I like shooting shit when I can see it. There's literally a part in this level where all the light sources are eliminated, and I think the gameplay speaks for itself. Like, you genuinely need the budget berserk power-up to do shit in this mod, but oh my god, does it make it hard to see. I guess level 8 also has one of those sections where you have to kill so many demons. Level 9 is much better of a level. There's this really big showdown at the very beginning of the map. I would never willingly switch to these akimbo pistols. I just picked up a power-up that made me do it. I think the developer of that power-up thought because I shot faster that it would make them better, but no, it's still shit. And you can't progress because a demon doesn't drop a key because it doesn't spawn on the difficulty I was playing on. Again, Corny said that he would fix it. Alright, level 10. Final level other than one secret level. I played this entire level with God Mode turned on because it was a little bit overwhelming. And honestly, I was done with the mod by this point. If you're into juggling revenants, cyber demons, and hover demons all at once, this is your type of level. This level is fine, I guess. It's just I'm having major whiplash because the first 5 levels were awesome and then the latter half of the mod just doesn't seem as consistent. I'm sure that section would have been pretty annoying if I wasn't cheating. But the main event here is the final boss. I did turn off God mode for the final boss battle. There is one secret map that you can access by going into the console and typing in change map, map 39. It's a Wolfenstein map. They even added a gun for this one-off level. It's the MP40. It's really cool. Then you immediately fight Wizard Hitler. You also get to fight Mecha Hitler. Overall, I would recommend you try out Project E.N.T.R.Y. It's pretty fun.